Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the Universal Elizabeth here, and welcome to Live and Wired, episode 97, Hard Hats Not Required. Now, things are a little bit more rough and dirty this week, because, yesterday was a day it was supposed to be scheduled for Live and Wired, but we had a little birthday going on for a little girl, just turned 6, Myla, my second cousin. So I am here now in the Girl Scout cookie warehouse. And we're selling Girl Scout cookies. One of the things about it was she set a pretty high goal of around 2,000 boxes. And rather than tell her that this isn't a very realistic thing and be a hypocrite, I, as a YouTuber, know it doesn't matter how unrealistic the goal is, you go for it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's see if we could actually help with that. So we have a link in the description right now that actually goes to Myla's cookie drive. Now, it must be noted that Girl Scout delivery is specifically for her mother to drive her around and deliver the Girl Scout cookies, and that's only really going to work if you happen to also live in Orange County, Texas. Outside of that, is probably not really kind of, let's appreciate some social distancing here. just saying. But already I posted a picture on the YouTube's community page yesterday of myself and Myla to help with that, and already the total amount of boxes of cookies sold is close to 300, if it hasn't already passed 300. So yeah, well, that's it. Andre's there is the other option for a direct shipment. You don't have to. It's just, for some reason, I wasn't able to get a link that just had that option. To go to Myla's main link that she has for the Girl Scouts, I had to show either just mail it or have a personalized delivery, with a little caveat there, with their parents' permission, and everything cleared away with that. And it's there have been a couple of instances where a few orders have come in from many states away, but fortunately those have been cleared up. So no big deal really there. But how long until the Girl Scout cookies expire? I'm not entirely certain of that. I assume normal cookie kind of expiration dates on them. But I keep forgetting to mention this, but her sales are going on until March 31st. So I'm probably going to pop back around March 16th or so for a little update on how things are going there, and maybe a little last push if most likely we are nowhere near the 2,000. But hey, things are actually looking really, really good there. So that's pretty nifty there. Pretty nifty. But this is Live and Wired, and we need to talk about news goings on, not just cookies for sale. And the only thing that made it into the title card this week is a little news that has come down the grapevine that the Paramount Plus Halo series, while everyone's saying, hey, it's not canon just because there's all this stuff going on in it that is absolutely against the canon, like the Ford Focus or the AK-47 or the human leading the Covenant, just because all that stuff is, clearly not canon, doesn't mean it should bother you, because they've said it's not canon. But another thing that they're saying is, hey, by the way, just so as you know, you're going to be seeing Master Chief's face. Like, this is something that's like, I figured that kind of reveal was coming just logically, but I also figured that they would probably wait until the show was actually airing and people saw it for their reaction. But I think maybe they were a little more scared of the reaction. So they just told them, like, yeah, you're going to see his face, by the way. I figured because it's a semi-big name playing Master Chief who sounds nothing like Master Chief, so they're probably going to want to show his face. It's kind of like Judge Dredd. One of the big things with Judge Dredd in the comics was you never actually saw his face. And what's one of the first things they do with the Judge Dredd movie in the 90s? It's like, well, we got Sylvester Stallone. We're not going to have him wearing a helmet the whole fucking time. Take the damn thing off. Look at that. It's Sylvester Stallone. It's Judge Dredd. Like, that's kind of how these things work. It's a... A little thing. Okay, everyone's talking about Texas Chainsaw. Oh yeah, there was a new Texas Chainsaw. I haven't seen it though. But looking forward to the Halo series, but I don't have Paramount Plus. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I want to check it out because just the look of the aesthetic has gotten me interested, and I am not as deep in the lore as others, though. I'm also like, you don't have to be very deep in the Halo lore to pick out quite a few things that are a bit wrong. But there's lots of interesting stories to tell in the Halo universe, and yeah, there's this thing about TV shows and movies based on video games that doesn't really like. This is something I've been telling Charlie that I've been noticing that it seems to happen, and it's still happening, but it really shouldn't be happening because there's a problem with that kind of stuff happening. Yes, yes, frantic antics. But there's this concept within film that it is inherently superior to video games in pretty much every regard. Like, video games might not be the best medium for telling a story in certain lights, but video games do tell stories, and they do tell stories very strongly in certain ways. But there's this concept that seems to be in like film culture that movies and TV shows are just better than video games, and therefore just make up whatever the fuck you want, because no matter what you come up with, it's better than whatever the hell is there already. And then they put that forward, and they do their little screenings and just the audience tests to see what they like and what works according to test screenings. And then they put out stuff like the original Sonic movie design, and fans of the medium immediately come back with, this shit is wrong, you fucked up. And they don't seem to be understanding that right now video games are bigger than movies. So when you have this large of an established fan base who is going to immediately flood everything with everything you got wrong, maybe don't just ignore the video game lore. Maybe don't just do whatever the fuck you want and consider it to be inherently superior because you're a filmmaker. Just a thought. So, I mean, it could be, like, objectively, from a filmmaking and storytelling standpoint, better in a lot of ways. But if it fucks with the lore that's previously established, a lot of people, it's not going to matter if it's better. It's going to be wrong. Yeah, that's a little Hollywood bubble right there. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, Doom 2005 might have been a bad movie, but it's an enjoyable movie. Yeah, and it also, like, it got a lot of shit when it came out for being just so not Doom, but for what it is, it's fun, and just appreciating it for what it is, you can get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I think it's like any concerns that the Doom film, so the Doom cinematic universe is going to take from the Doom movie and not from the games is kind of gone, because yeah, it's so not Doom. Oh yeah, the original Mortal Kombat movie from '95 respected what it was there while adding extra bits and filling in a couple blanks. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, though, that was kind of weird. It was like, okay, here's a bunch more from the games that you can use and work with it, and it fell into the same kind of trap that a lot of these adaptations do, where it's fan fiction written by people who are not fans and don't understand or really respect what they're writing about. Thank you, Chad Thunderfist. I'm going to hopefully get to that super chat at the end of the show when I'm supposed to be doing super chats, so that everything stays on topic and we keep things going. But this brings up the Live and Wired poll. Now that we are going to be seeing Master Chief's face, because fuck you, of course you are. I mean, yeah, we saw it in the... Technically, Master Chief took his helmet off and they described him in novels. and mediums where you couldn't actually see it. So you saw his face where you couldn't actually see his face. But never mind any of that. Since we're going to see his face, what the other body parts are going to be revealed on the show? What else of Master Chief's are we going to be checking out? We've got the options of his feet, of course. There's going to be a lot of demand for Master Chief's feet. I wonder if they actually do stretch out in like those little crossbar parts. Do his feet like conform to that? He's been wearing those boots a while. Hands, got pretty hands, pretty big manly hands, a little soft, supple hands. Got the gloves on all the time. Probably don't got no calluses. His butt, of course. He's holding up the entire Microsoft Games studios. He's been doing a lot of squats, just keeping that going. He's got that Atlas butt going on. And then, of course, that connected right to that, the thighs. John's thighs. Those are the thighs that can kick some Covenant ass. And, of course, his spleen. Because after all, where are his organs? We've got that post going on the community page right now. I'll be sharing the link out 1 second. And there it is for all to see. Okay. Now, while we're on the subject of thing, okay, there was the one super chat earlier. It was actually on topic with Halo, so I think I should probably talk about it before we move on. As a former living Halo encyclopedia, I'm not excited about the lore breaking as a casual Halo fan, I'm excited for more content. Love you, Dick. Thank you, Bloodbuzz, Ohio. Okay. How Katana works in the TV show. Nice having the voice, odd having a flesh tone. Also, I am losing focus here. But nevertheless, we got to move on to our beautiful next topic. Hey guys, you want to make money on YouTube Shorts? You could sell them as NFTs. Yes, you can. Now let me see. Virtual background. I got one for this. Yes, of course. Paid a lot for that one, I'll have you know. So, I forgot to put the Halo background up. God damn it, I was behind cookies the whole time. Oh, well. If I can get in focus, that'd be wonderful. But, oh, yes, I am serious. I've got it. I didn't read the article completely, but I've got it here. Let me pop this open real quick. Because evidently that's... well, I know that like Charlie White, Moist Critical, he's got his own little side channel for YouTube Shorts. And he actually has used it as a bit of a gauge to see how much money you can honestly make on YouTube with a YouTube Shorts channel. They're pushing YouTube Shorts quite a bit, trying to say, hey, you don't got to be on TikTok. You don't have to be on making Instagram videos. Put it on YouTube with YouTube Shorts. Yes, we've spent years telling you to make longer and longer and longer content so we can jam it full of ads. But now we've had a change of heart. You can jam it full of ads at 8 minutes instead of 10. And now 30 seconds is great. We want your 30-second videos. YouTube Shorts. That's going to be the best, the greatest way for you to really push forth your content. Now, also, Moist Critical, he is pretty damn big. So the fact that he has the ability to get millions and millions of views on his YouTube Shorts, it's something he could actually test out. And he also has his main channel and all that. He streams on Twitch. He's big. He's the internet personality kind of thing going on there. But his shorts, after like 20 million views, make like $2.50, like stuff like that. It's bad. You would have to be like, you could be the biggest goddamn YouTuber on the platform, and if you make exclusively shorts, you probably would not make enough a month in order to actually break the $100 threshold to get paid by Google. You'd have to wait a few months in order to actually get a check at all. But yeah, creators will be able to monetize short-form videos and sell content as NFTs. Let's see. We believe new technologies like blockchain and NFTs can allow creators to build deeper relationships with their fans. Yeah, there's nothing like fans that get jaded for spending money poorly. And yeah, when you scam your followers out of a few $100,000, that really builds a bit of a connection, a relationship there. They'll remember you for years. Together, they'll be able to collaborate on new projects and make money in ways not previously possible. I don't know. I figured scams kind of go back a long time. Long time. An NFT is just it's the same thing as any kind of cryptocurrency. It's just a Bitcoin, one kind of like off-brand Bitcoin. That this one technically is registered as a deed for something else, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be like a deed for a digital good. Like the idea of that, like the only positive that could really come out of it would be to be able to resell your, like, have a used market for digital goods. But that ain't gonna fucking happen because anything that anyone actually wants a used market for isn't going to, they're not gonna make it because the people who produce the stuff have worked kind of hard to push the all digital future specifically to get rid of the used market as one of the main goals there. Oh well. Oy. Yeah, that's another problem there. But yeah, it's like this one here. There's a cryptocurrency token that says that someone specifically owns that. It's also a JPEG, so I could just have it there and copy it forever, and that doesn't stop me. But it's a digital deed. In order for it to be something that people can't just take from you, then it would have to be something tangible, which NFT is like technically the way it works makes it so. But that just means that actually someone did get their NFT wallet hacked and their monkeys like stolen. That's something that's possible to do now. You wouldn't download a JPEG. You wouldn't right-click an NFT. Oh God. So why are we still talking about NFT? Why did that? Why? Well, I'm gonna change my background to Halo. There we go. There's a Halo ring back there. There it is. Rich, stupid assholes want to control art and joyless prudes, so they spend all their money on stupid shit to turn around into a product. I think Charlie explained it really good there, where no one wants the NFT monkey. The point is to sell it for more later. You never want to be the last person holding it. You never want to be the guy who spent $100,000 and now you have the monkey and you're never going to make a profit on that. If you want to get some of that money back, you're going to have to sell it for, hey, $10 or less, because no one fucking wants the day. Like they have. What value is that JPEG? What value is that? It's a speculator market. It's a goddamn speculator market. Oh yeah, and there's that too. There's the whole thing where the NFT producers create this new set of NFTs, and then an investor buys one for like 200 grand. Ooh, these must be worth a lot. You don't want to miss out on this now, do you? Yeah. Oh yes, frantic anti. It's almost. But. Yeah, there's enough of that. Oh boy. On a positive note of something actually making money because it has value, the Spider-Man No Way Home has become the third highest grossing film domestically in the box office. And for that, we have New York, of course. So, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. I have not seen it, but I know it has made a lot of bank, and that's what we're talking about. Making tons of money. And yeah, no. But I have seen all the news about it making a ton of money, which is what I'm talking about here. Though, could you sell this movie as an NFT? Yeah, I like the old days where you just buy a Blu-ray, and then if someone wants to steal that from you, they don't just hack you and say, "Now I own your Blu-ray." No, they have to actually legit break into your house and threaten your life, and you got to be there scared, like and they're gonna be there like, "Sure, give me Spider-Man No Way Home." Like But that's an odd little burglary there. But I would still fight to the death, probably. I don't know. It's got the Toby Spider-Man in, and that's my main man. Charlie's been kind of frustrated at me because I've been a little bit obsessed with Bully Maguire as of late, and she's like, you got to stop watching all those damn Bully Maguire YouTube videos all day, every day. It's annoying as hell. And I just look at her and I'm like, I missed the part where that's my problem. You learn something new every day. Okay. Very fun action scenes were incoherent, nonsensical, and impossible to follow. I'm going to have to see, because that is a problem with a lot of action movie direction and editing sometimes. That's one thing I liked so much about Guns Akimbo was the fact that while the action was fast and it was intentionally disorienting in ways like, hey, things are sideways, things are upside down, we're going up and around and zoom zing. It still had a flow to it, and you could follow it very easily, even in parts where it wasn't necessarily lit very well, and things were, claustrophobic and cramped, and there's like tons of people running around doing stuff. It still had that flow that made it very easy to follow. It did great cinematography, great fight choreography. That worked out very well there. But when it was something like, which of the Nolan Batman flicks? All of them? I don't know. There's a lot of fights that try to be exciting by zooming in as much as possible on the fights and then cutting very quickly every single time a fist goes here, a leg goes there, a bone gets broken there, and it's just come on, Barry. I like Guns Akimbo. I love the Guns Akimbo. It was one of my favorite movies I've seen this year. I should have seen it years ago, but that's not the point. Oh yeah, well, there's a fact that AAA movies action scenes are all CGI anyway, so they lose all restraint. Yeah, that was one thing I remember with Shrek was they intentionally wanted to make it look like a serious film, so they're like, hey, just because we're all CGI doesn't mean we're going to be putting this camera anywhere it couldn't realistically be. So. As soon as I am done dealing with these copyright strikes and these threats of copyright strikes, the unfortunate thing is the Ape versus Monster review has it's monetized, but all that money is going to the Asylum right now because I'm not able to fight that claim any further without the possibility of opening it up to getting a strike from Asylum. And while I don't think the Asylum would strike me, that would have a possibility there, and I'm currently fighting Miramax on the Scream 2 review with a possibility of a strike coming in for that, and they're most likely going to. And I have a strike from friggin' AdRev, and we've been through that story enough times. So yeah. So if I do fight that, it opens up the possibility that I would have 3 strikes at the same time, which means no channel, which means I can't really safely fight it. Got that huge backlog of copyright claims to fight through, but it is what it is. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that on the review that's coming up because it's just demonetized. YouTube's policies. I feel like I should make a Twitch stream just going over YouTube's self-certification descriptions because they are fucking wild. Anyway, Spider-Man 3. Not Spider-Man 3. It's Spider-Man No Way Home. God damn it. Third highest grossing, but it's not Spider-Man 3 being the third highest would have been nice. Would have been nice. But oh well. the I'm wondering like if we're gonna get, because like there were the other outfits and such in the Spider-Man video games, but it would be interesting to have a more multiplayer focused Spider-Man video game with the kind of multiverse thing going on versus like a Super Smash Spider-Man. Fuck it. uh, but yeah, I definitely need to watch No Way Home, as it's got my Toby. It's got my Toby. Uh, But yeah, oh yeah, I'm also hopeful that things work out with the copyright claims, because if they don't, oh boy. But you know, they're copyright claims; they have to actually be proven legally. Like it's not like a community guideline strike where it's just fuck you and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It's like psychological horror; just it happens. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm excited for Spider Verse 2. Not sure why it had to be in two parts. Uh, Spider Verse had Nicolas Cage as the Spider Man Noir, correct? That's the one I'm thinking of here. That's the animation one. If they don't work out, don't go to school. I'm confused of what this is in reference to. Hmm? I don't know. Today was supposed to be a day off, but things have been just crazy. Absolutely insane. Absolutely just going all kinds of, this is not how days are supposed to go, but that's how days went. That is absolutely how days went. Yeah, I'll cover this now because I'm not really feeling the Spider-Man stuff. I can't think of anything to talk about. I really should have watched the damn movie. I plan on reviewing the 2011 Conan film anytime soon. Character turns 90 years old this December. Somehow I feel like at 90, Conan would still be kicking ass. But not soon, because I got March is going to be March of the Clowns. I got a lot of other things kind of lined up, but it's definitely something to. Thanks for reminding me of that, because I was absolutely just gone, and I absolutely need to cover that at some point. Spider-Man Noir is one of my favorite. That was one of the things where that was a movie I could have reviewed after the end of the summer of Nicolas Cage. That was like the highest rated thing, where it was a movie that technically didn't star Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage was in it, and it is that just wasn't working out for me. I didn't feel much. I wasn't feeling Spider Man, especially since at that time I was also having trouble getting stuff out, and I'm like, okay, it needs to be horror, otherwise no one or no one's going to watch it, and I need the watch time, or else YouTube's gonna hate me. Right now, YouTube's liking me a lot better. I'm still struggling to get back to where I was, but but it I have actually been seeing growth, and now it's kind of funny watching us like the Matrix 3. The review did okay. Ape versus Monster has done considerably better than the Matrix 3, and it's like, okay. I do need to do Matrix 4 though. That's one I got to get. I could probably get that in 4K. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Will Guitar. as very kind. Okay, we're getting. Does anyone have anything to tell me about Spider-Man? Because I am completely like out of my element here. I was hoping Thick Black Daddy would have something to say, like some Spider-Man related stuff, but oh god, I am not. This is not a topic for me. All I can talk about is the old Spider-Man games I used to play, and how sad it is that there's a ton of old Xbox Spider-Man games that just are not going into backwards compatibility because Sony owns Spider-Man for video games, and that's just how the licensing goes right now. Oh well. Anyway, it is time for the next. Speaking of video games, there's just this little thing I saw a little article. I'm trying to dig up kind of news around entertainment and what have you. There was this little article written talking about how since there's been so many articles talking about how Xbox Game Pass is going to definitely, like, they're buying all these studios, Microsoft buying every motherfucker out there. There's no way this is going to stay $10 to $15 a month. They are going to jack up those prices just like Netflix did back when it used to be really cheap, and then they put out a bunch of original stuff, and then they jacked up the price. And so there's this little article I have encountered on comicbook.com where they just went over a quote from Phil Spencer. And he just says, I feel like I can't prove this negative. People ask, when is the Game Pass price going to go up? They're buying all the studios. It's inevitable, even though it's been, 4 years? We haven't raised it. But it's like, it's coming. When they are number one, they're going to start doing all those exclusive deals. Like, Xbox has history, and all I can do is make the decisions that are in front of us and try to be explicit about what our goals are. And then, that's kind of just, the basic businessman no answer. And but the way they worded it at the end of the article, it just kind of caught my eye. While Spencer sounds pretty adamant that Xbox Game Pass subscribers have nothing to worry about it, the reality is the financial reality of the situation in Xbox's history suggests there's plenty of reasons to be concerned. Remember, they tried to double the price of Xbox Live Gold. And I think that was just to try and make more people decide, hey, you know what, may as well get Game Pass anyway, or instead. It just, but I don't know. Maybe they're trying to lower the value of Xbox Live Gold right now by just making all of the Xbox games with gold absolute shit. Every month's games with gold come out and is like, okay, wonder what's on Game Pass. Yeah. So, there's a ton of good games for 360 PS3 you got skipped over. So, well, and it's nice with the backwards compatibility for things to show up. And there's a talk of like Project Spartacus, or I think that was what it was called, which the more you dig into it on PlayStation sites, just seems to be PlayStation Now is being rebranded as tiers of PlayStation Plus. Have you ever? I beat Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1 like many times. But the remake, I think I only played the demo. My fiance, she played through Final Fantasy VII remake. She never played the original, but broke my neck. Oh yeah, it's fine. I should probably put the thing on silent. Not much. Just talking about Game Pass price hike speculation. Now, as far as price hikes on Game Pass, what I would think is most likely at some point, but right now, Microsoft is still working on boosting up the numbers. And that by itself is going to make them kind of bank, just boosting up those numbers. And but of course, if they keep the price as cheap as it is, then that's investors like, you're leaving money on the table. Someone's going to push for the prices to go up. But as it stands, $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, that comes out to about $180 a year. And on average, like the average consumer, the average video game owner, like a video game console owner, buys like 2.5 games a year. That's on average. I know no one buys half a game. Well, okay, people buy half a game all the time. I know. Anyone buy Battlefield 2042? You got half a game right there. But the at $60, 2.5 games is like $150. So technically, just being subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate, even if you don't buy any games at all beyond that, you're still on average giving Microsoft more money. So now I myself, I don't just go with 2.5 games a year. So for me, Game Pass has greatly increased my gaming, and not really. I've been able to not buy things and play them. It's I don't know. It's like spending habits for people are an interesting little thing, because it's like with Taco Bell when they lowered prices. I forget exactly when, but there was this one point where they lowered prices quite a bit, and a lot of the higher ups were worried that their this cash flow was going to just crash. And what happened was it stayed the same, because people coming in spent the same amount of money, just got more food. That's a lot of the decisions of what they were going to get wasn't based on how much what they were getting cost, but how much they had to spend. So there's that. So, yeah. Scream 3 is still going to be after I deal with the copyright claims. And of course, after the March of the Clowns. Although maybe Scream 3 could fit in the March of the Clowns. Maybe. 183.5 centimeters. Sorry, Michael. I kind of want Taco Bell as well now. Damn it. But now I'm thinking about it. Now I don't want Taco Bell because I don't get my grilled stuffed burritos. I don't get my Maxi Melts. I don't get my nacho fries. They take everything from me. They have taken it all. I have nothing left. I go to Taco Bell and I'm like, can I have nachos? And they'll just be like, no. And I'm like, why? And they're like, it's Taco Bell. Like, can I have a taco? It's like, no. And I'm like, what? And then I wake up in a cold sweat and I look at the news and they still have actually taken it all away. And it's like, oh, well. Oh, but I can always come home to Xbox Game Pass, which are currently taking away all the Yakuza games. Well, maybe not all of them, but they've taken away quite a few of them. They used to have all. They had, for one brief glorious moment, all of the Yakuza games were on Game Pass, and now they're slowly taking them away. And it's like, why? Oh well. See, Sonic is one that I jumped all over as soon as I moved to Texas, because for the longest time in Pennsylvania, they were playing Sonic ads on TV. But there wasn't a single Sonic anywhere in the state. And I'm just like, I have been filled with messages to eat this food, and I have had no outlet for it. So I come to Texas, I see the Sonic drive-in, and I'm like, ha ha! And I go there, and I get my supersonic double cheeseburger with jalapenos and extra jalapenos. Yes. You always have to get the supersonic double cheeseburger with extra jalapenos, because that amount of cheese and grease, the regular jalapenos, it doesn't taste spicy at all. What the hell? Anyway. Moving on to more high and mighty little topics. We have the Oscars to talk about. The Oscars. Everyone loves the Oscars. It's such a great thing to talk about how out of touch they are and ignore them. But now Spider-Man No Way Home has been doing so well, becoming such a high-grossing movie, that the Oscars have to admit that it exists, which pains the Academy so much because it is a comic book film. It is the popcorn entertainment for the unwashed, uneducated peasants. There's just flashy things on the screen and jokes to make them chuckle. Where are the higher thoughts? Where is the art? Oh, it made tons of money. Well, I guess that's important. I like money. I like money for greatness, not for spandex. And at a wonderful, like screenrant.com little blurb where what's the name of this article? Because that's the thing that caught my eye. Because it was just such a like, oh yeah, Oscars fan favorite award is good news for Spider-Man, parentheses, but bad for movies. It will set a dangerous precedent for the Academy. And pretty much the Oscars, ratings have been in the toilet for a while, and they've been going down and down and down and down. And the Oscars at this point generally are regarded as a joke. Like, no one gives a fuck what they think. The Academy says that this is great. No one cares. They're off watching what they want to watch, which the Academy is like, no. That is no good. Which I understand, being a fan of horror. The only time any of these types bring up horror is when they have to say, like with Scream 5, well, this is this horror right here, this elevated horror. We can talk about this because this is a special artistic kind of horror, not that peasant horror. And it's just like, horror is horror. Horror is a monolith of one kind. Everything. Every movie would be improved with wood chippers and motherfucking chainsaw hands. At least that's the way I see it. Yeah, they do sometimes. That sometimes, occasionally, but there was this. The article itself is long, but I was reading it, and he's going on about how they're going to hold the polls on Twitter. Do you know what you can do on Twitter? You can make multiple accounts. This is just like that time that they review bombed that terrible movie I like. That's what happened. And this is going to be no different. People are going to take this movie that a lot of people like, and they're going to cheat to make it have all those votes. It's not going to be because a lot of people like it. It's going to be because they're cheating. Where if they had no cheating, it would probably still win. But I'm going to say that it was going to be the Aardvark scrotum hour. That was the true art right there. Not this Spider-Man. So he was bitten by a radioactive spider. You die from that. Oh well. But yeah, there's a little line from the article that I copied for the news sheet that I wanted to have read out. If fans can game the system to award their favorite movie an Oscar, it renders the decisions of the Academy meaningless. In striving to be more relevant, the Oscars risk further reducing their significance. At Twitter, the cesspool of the internet. Oh yeah. Definitely. I agree. I have an unhealthy obsession, like addiction to Twitter. I'm like always there. I'm always checking. I'm always scrolling. I'm never happy doing it. I'm never there like, oh boy, I wonder what's on Twitter. This is going to be a great day. I'm going to find all this interesting stuff and all these things about things I love, and we're going to be happy. And I was like, oh yeah, you're going to die. You're a piece of shit. Everything sucks. The whole world's going to hell. Oh yeah. And I was like, oh, Gumby's trending. I wonder who he sexually assaulted. Like, it's like, that's the first thought that comes up. I'm sorry. Damn it. Running out of water. Oh, well. So, yeah. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Okay, there we go. There we are. There we're fine. We're fine. Damn movie fans having opinions on movies. Oh, God, what was it? Oh, that was happening with a lot of things. Like Matrix 4 did very bad. And one of the things that came out was that it did bad because it was on streaming. And I'm thinking, like, people just because they can stream it does that was happening as well with Battlefield 2042. EA recently came out and said that it did poorly because Halo Infinite came out and all that. And I'm sure that didn't help, but it's not because Halo Infinite was like fantastically great. I mean, I did love the game, played through the campaign, had a lot of fun. I did enjoy the multiplayer, but the goddamn battle pass and the progression system and the way the XP is set up and the challenges you have, really badly designed. You're actively encouraged to play the game like an asshole in order to actually gain experience and not play for the objective on the objective-based modes. And it's really not very well thought out. And you get almost as much experience for AFKing, which also is a very bad thing to do in designing your progression system. So yeah, just generally that aspect of the multiplayer really not very well put together. But the game itself is actually playable. You can put it on your TV. You can play the game. You can start a match and end it, and probably won't encounter a bug. You can't say the same for Battlefield 2042. That's really the problem it had, was that it was launched in a state that was absolute ass. And as low as people's standards have gotten, that still was not good enough. The crazies have not. Would be up my alley. Need to check. Oh, God damn it. No. Don't make me get the monkeys again. Don't make me get the monkeys again. No monkeys. Oh, constantly. Except for when it comes to casting the Weird Al movie, that goes to Daniel Radcliffe. Happy for the guy, but come on. Are you serious here? I didn't go through my whole life being told it looked just like Weird Al for Daniel Radcliffe to get the role. Oh, man. Oh, practically the entire show. All the news has been talked about. We got the poll results coming up in a bit, but yeah, then we're just going to be shooting the shit for a bit. Yeah, in terms of game-breaking issues with Infinite, worst it got compared to Battlefield 2042 was when BTB was broken for like a month. Oh, yeah, big team battle. Yeah, that was yeah, people trying to actually form a group, like get their friends into big team battles, and it just did not work. It was like putting people on the wrong teams. It was failing to find teams. It was sending people so it was just, oh my God, that was something. And big team battle such a fun mode too, for it to just be borked like that. Oh well. That's right. Though, if we get that trending, it's probably going to just go to the guy who plays Decker in the series Decker. I don't know why. Every time I try and see, like, how am I doing online? It's like, oh, are you this asshole? I'm like, no. I try and check if Akinator remembers who I am. I'm like, I'm a YouTuber. I review horror. People know who I am, and they're like, you dead meat? I'm like, no, I'm not dead meat. God damn it. Akinator, you used to know who I was. Why? Oh, well. Charlie told me, hey, no one's using Akinator anymore. Akinator's the one that's not popular anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm still shooting for 300,000 this year. I was shooting for 200,000 last year. Absolutely failed. And so I'm shooting for 300,000 this year. and the subscriber growth has been so slow. YouTube's algorithms have hated me for quite a bit now, and I'm with the weekly show. I'm actually climbing back up again. Things are looking better, but the subscriber growth went so slow. It slowed down to the slowest it's been since 2013. Since I had like a bit over 1,000 subscribers, sub growth got that slow. So it's a little faster now. It's speeding up again, but it's still nowhere near where it needs to be for me to hit 300,000. But I'm still trying, damn it. Anyway, we are coming towards the end of the show, so we should be talking about the exact results of that poll. Remember that poll? We posted a poll about Master Chief's body. So, okay. Well, as a nice reveal. Which parts of Master Chief's anatomy should be revealed next? Only 8%. We got 324 votes in the last 39 minutes. 8% of them went to the hands, coming in at the last. But interestingly enough, feet only got 9%. And interestingly enough, thighs only got 10%. Those three were very close together. As this continues on, because there's no limit to a YouTube poll, the previous one with the shark movie sequel got 5,000 votes now. Bad CGI Sharks 2, worst CGI Sharks came in at 20%. That's like 1,000 votes just for that. Jaws 5 still won at 51% though. But yes, coming in at second place with 25% would be Master Chief's spleen, meaning at number 1% with a whopping 48% of the vote is Master Chief's butt. Now, I had to say, I couldn't use his back because we saw that in the teaser. So, okay, his butt. His backside. So, Master, I wonder how we got 9 comments here. That boy thick, let's see his clappy dumpster. Yes. I want cake. God damn it. And a couple people like go with the spleen. He's a cyborg. We need to compare the organs. Where are his organs? So, yeah, we just this was a okay episode of Live Unwired, I would say. I kind of wish that Thick Black Daddy... Oh, no, okay. I kind of wish Thick Black Daddy was able to make it, but unfortunately, I'm not sure, like, there are extenuating circumstances here and there, and... which background? Should I go home? Should I go to Halo? Home? Halo? Let's go back to the Cookie Warehouse. Because remember, Myla's still selling those cookies, and the link is still in the description. And I still told my now, just like yesterday was her birthday, 6-year-old second cousin that yes, I was going to try and help her sell that 2,000 boxes she thought she could sell, because that's her goal. It's like, okay. And there was one comment on the post telling me that I should probably just use this opportunity to teach her about making unrealistic goals and how life is going to crush you. And I'm thinking like, I'm a YouTuber. Making unrealistic goals is what we do. That's what gives you the drive to go forward. Will she hit 2,000 cookies? I don't know, but she's going to try. We're going to 2,000 boxes of cookies. Yeah. Actually, she's already done like 300, so if we're talking individual cookies, she probably already hit 2,000. Yes, that's right. Let her dreams die slowly over time. We might have like 2,000 boxes of cookies. How many boxes of cookies per pallet, do you think? I guess per layer there, that looks like... trying to count. Ah, man. Okay, I can't tell. Oh, well. But, yes. Yeah. Wait until the weight of the world starts setting in and she understands a bit better Maybe around when she starts to understand her own mortality. Then we can just crush her spirit. Oh man, how many has she already sold? Last I got notified about like 297. I got it updated on the. I've been updating the main post. Like I was doing like individual updates at the day of at 10:27 p.m. I got a message, so I said it was 181 boxes. Then since then, I've just been updating the next number as as I get notified. So that one's 297. Yes, she has sold 200. Well, probably more by now because that was before Live and Wired started. Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do. I bought 8 boxes per layer, 8 layers per pallet. So that's 64 boxes a pallet. That's got to be more than 8 boxes. I don't know. 10 layers. Okay. So that'd be 80 boxes a pallet. So that would be like, she's almost at like 4 pallets. 4 pallets of cookies sold. This woman's hustling. Oh boy. But yeah, I can only eat so many cookies myself. Though I'm trying. But yeah, it's going on until the 31st. Shining achievement from high school is helping the librarian sell off the candy the student that her club couldn't sell and selling it all. Oh God, we're like 3 minutes left and I gotta check the super chats. Okay, Decker Rules, got that one before. Thanks, hardware. Okay, got that. Okay, I think actually I already took care of these as they happened because they were at least mostly relevant at the time, and also that was during topics where I was not entirely prepared. I was really hoping Thick Black Daddy was going to make it, but well, you can't get everything you want in life. So, well, talking about making a Bohemian Rhapsody 2. Missed the first one. Okay, maybe I did. But thank you all for your support. And I do need to talk about the shameless self-promotion before the end of the show. March of the Clowns is coming in March. I have a little bit there, but we still have one more week before that. One more Wednesday, the 23rd. And I do have a little teaser to show off of what's coming then. It's not something you've been asking for. It is not. Don't get your hopes up. But I do hope that you enjoy it. So, enjoy. Galaxy of Terror is the tale of a small group of spacefaring general contractors who find themselves thrust into a galaxy of terror.
Is this Hesperus?
No, it's not Hesperus. Hesperus was... They're out there.
You can easily recognize the Hesperus anecdotes from the crippling PTSD. There we go. Galaxy of Terror. It was actually there's one of your favorites, Brotherhood of Nod. It was actually one of the little pieces of trivia that's easy to find when you look up anything about Galaxy of Terror is that it is listed as one of what was listed on one of someone's list of worst movies ever, like the top 50 worst movies of all time. Like Galaxy of Terror is right there, and I'm just there like, you motherfuckers really need to watch some Asylum films. Like, Roger Corman's not that bad, okay? Yeah, there could be a little bit more money spent here or there. This could be better, that could be better. But there's a big gulf of difference between could be better and worst of all time. Big K, unless your proctologist is Goro, you might want to talk about this with your psychologist. And possibly the police. Okay. Yes, the crystal daggers. The crystal... Well, there were more crystal stars. And you live and you die by the crystals. Some critics called Star Wars a ripoff of Lost in Space. Oh, come on, it was a ripoff of Dune. Anyway. Oh, geez. But yeah, that is time. That is time. March of the Clowns is coming up. I have the next... I do have the first one of that already done. I got a little bit behind this week because of all the stuff going on, as you might have been able to tell from the fact that Live and Wired was a day late. But on the plus side, since I have been doing my show ahead of time, it's not going to mean that any of the episodes are going to be late. I just now am not quite as far ahead as getting everything a month ahead of time as I wanted to be. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. But thank you all for watching. I have been Decker Shadow. This has been Under the Veil. Also, a shameless self-promotion. Shout out to Under the Veil. Her channel link is in the description as well. If you want to see about... I think... Is she still working on the... Are you still working on the particular episode about the molasses murdering everybody? Like, I shouldn't laugh. That actually did happen. Like, just kind of like a disaster involving a whole lot of food and a lot of horrible death. Okay. Glad we clarified that. So yes, thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shadow. That has been Under the Veil moderating, and I wish Thick Black Daddy well. I hope that he still has electricity, and I really need to think of something better to say than that. And remember. Yes. The helmet stays on during sex.